10 trillion in funds being managed. Vanguard is getting into the world of cryptocurrencies. What does this mean for the cryptocurrency we already own? There is also news from Cassie Croik about Ripple in the UK and the US, as well as that secret meeting at Downing Street. We're going to talk about that now. I also have a lot of other news about Ripple and XRP. We're also getting a report on the rulemaking process for the Clarity Act in the US and how things are going. Let's talk about this news. Let's go. Okay, as you know, Eleanor Terrett is the great Eleanor Terrett. Vanguard Y is crypto ETF access for broking clients. Vanguard is the second biggest asset manager in the world. A person who knows about the situation says that Vanguard is getting ready to let people use crypto ETFs on its broking site. The mutual fund giant, which is the second biggest in the world and manages $10 trillion in assets, has been more cautious than its competitors, Fidelity and Investments, and Charles Schwab when it comes to digital assets. Not until now. A person who knows about the company's plans but did not want to be named said that Vanguard has been preparing to hold external talks in response to high client demand for digital assets and changing rules and regulations. One of the sources said that Vanguard does not have any plans to release its own goods like BlackRock has. Instead, the company is thinking about letting broking customers access crypto ETFs from other companies through the remains. However, it's still not clear when the decision will be made or finalized. They are taking a very methodical approach because they know that things have been changing since 2024. A spokesman for Vanda did not answer a call for comment, the source said. Vanguard has $10 trillion in assets under control, so they know that their clients are eager for this. There are a lot of people there. That cash is very large. And if you don't give those clients access to the goods they want, they'll go to BlackRock with their money. They are likely to choose Fidelity or Morgan Stanley. They are leaving because you are not giving them what they want. All of these businesses have to start accepting crypto now, or their rivals will, and they won't be able to stay in business as a bank. Tech can only be blocked for a certain amount of time. Take a moment to think about how much that hurts your bank. I find it interesting. This person is pointing out that this crypto ball is a picture of Vanguard. Do you remember this? This is what I showed. This happened a long time ago, man. Years have passed since then. The Vanguard is in the middle. I have a lot of different partners here. All of them work with Ripple and are linked to Vanguard. This was great to me. You have Teos, PNC, HSBC, and CME Group, right? XRP, one of the fastest growing alternatives. This is a Centra. We have American Express for you here. You have SSB, Mazuo Bank, MUFG, and SBI Holdings. Let's be honest, kid, everything is linked, right? Man, we're all in this little boat together. Let's start with the Casey Croik post and then move on to my friend Kevin Cage. Casey Croik, I wrote earlier this week about the Downing Street rout during President Trump's state visit to the UK. I went along with people from the US and UK governments, as well as the financial and crypto businesses. Before the announcement of the UK-US Transatlantic Task Group for Markets of the Future, there was this meeting. A big new idea that will build on the strong and long-lasting relationship between the financial services in the UK and the US. The new task force will lead to or require greater cooperation between the US and the UK on digital assets. This will give both countries a chance to agree on things like stable coins, tokenizations, and cross-border market access. It will also set the standard for future international cooperation in our industry. Ripple is a US-based company with a big influence in the UK. It can use its strong transatlantic presence to help drive more tech innovation in both the US and the UK. We're excited to share our ideas with this task force and help them do their job. BIS Task Force, UK Faster Payments Task Force, Transatlantic Task Group in the US. It's not on which task group, who's there, I am ready. Please let me know if you don't. This feels good, man. I love reading this news. It's impossible not to smile after hearing this news. I'm very happy right now. I'm still tired from the jet lag, but I'm happy. Another thing Kevin Cage said was blockchain technology. He wrote this on his post. Blockchain technology is global by nature and doesn't care about borders. This is a great chance for the US and UK to work together more closely on digital assets. The new Transatlantic Task Force is the first agreement of its kind in the world in our business. Wow, I think that sounds like magic. Of course, Coinbase was there, but was anyone else there besides the world's biggest banks? Anyone else? Oh. Okay, let's change the subject. Barley's story says November 2025 is true. The ISO 200022 date is important for integrating crypto and making global payments. Swift thinks that by November, 91% of financial companies will be ready. In November 2025, ISO 200,022's better data model will be a key part of the conversation between digital assets and fiat assets. ISO's due date is 2022. In other words, it's not the end of how the payments business is changing. It's just the start. It's really cool to see and hear that Barclays XRP has been busy. There's no doubt that this is an old record. Ripple and XRP system strength here. Also, I just made a movie about digital IDs in the UK and how Ripple might be involved. People who haven't seen that movie should. It's a little different from what I usually do, but I think you should watch it if you have time. There are rumors that all global ID systems will soon agree on one truth. They will be spread out. As the only independent infrastructure regulators can trust, they will be tied to the XRP ledger and work in secret under NDAS. Of course, Eleanor Turret has more news here. It looks like the House officially sent the Clarity Act to the Senate last Thursday, where it was sent to the banking GOP. This comes after the House voted last week to join the anti-CBDC bill from the GOP majority whips with the Clarity Act. It looks like the Clarity Act and the bill against CBDC will be put together. How do I feel about this? Listen, the problem is that you're putting yourself in a tight spot by not supporting the anti-CBDC bill. Yes, you might not want the CBDC that you buy in stores because some people don't trust it. It might not make as much sense to box yourself out to a bulk CBDC, though. We talk to banks that way. Now, I don't get that because countries, especially ones with big economies, usually do what the central bank tells them to do. They are going to do the business level CBDC instead of the retail level, and that is now closed. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. For real-time wires and payments through Ripple payments, Direct 2.0 and the 2.0 API. This is a master guide to making identity tokens for USU USSD payments. It looks like they've been making changes to their API. This is just to give you some more background. Identity type, whether the identity is from the sender or the receiver, the party that is receiving the money, whether it is a person or a business, and then a real rule-time payment or wire transfer. So just some news here. That would be great to see. Vet says, I have a new idea for how DEX brokers can change the XRP ledger. Builders and projects only get paid when the job is done for the client. It works with fees and offers that are already in place. DEX, you can use DEX Dealer Plus.